Okay, cool. I'll just have to. Comedy snacks. Da, 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 da. That was an awkward opening. I didn't get no countdown. Usually I get a big, huge countdown every week. Welcome. I am JR. This is Nina.
Heyo.
This is Comedy Snacks. We're on for a full hour tonight. So that's a good thing. And I want to mention, if you're watching on twitch.tv/Vancouver Comedy, there is a donate button at the bottom if you feel like after the show you want to donate to the show so we can help out these comics a bit. Times have been tough. Just gonna say
Jokes are expensive now.
Yeah, now we charge $1 a joke. So we already have your credit card info. So
Yes.
as long as you're watching, you will be billed.
Count your laughs.
This is like a 1-900 sex line comedy style. Anyway, yeah, I've had a good week. I won't take up too much of your time, but how about you, Nina?
I've had a shitty week. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
Please do tell.
Well, here's a weird fact. I got my period back after 9 years hiatus. So I've got 9 years of PMS, just ready to unleash. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't have my period for 9 years. And for those guys of you who are very interested in knowing this, they didn't know why, but I thought it was a good thing because for the while there, I was saving like $2,000 in tampons. So it's not. I mean, my friend at the time, she gave me one of those Diva cups, like those reusable. I just used it for shots,
like Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You went there.
Sorry.
Yeah. But I mean, now it's funny too because I feel like I wasn't missing it. I wasn't really necessarily planning on having kids or anything because I'd be a terrible mom. One, rage. Two, I have plants at home. I live alone with my plants, and if they're any indication of my mothering skills, I probably wouldn't feed them until I saw early signs of death. Also, I feel like it would, and now I was thinking about it, we're living in a world with all these environmental crises happening every other day, and you want to bring life into this planet, can you imagine, Nasavanya, the world is on fire, good luck. And now especially too, watching the news, if any of you are watching the news and crying like I am, if I had kids right now, like me, I feel like I would need to raise my kids in the most diverse, exposed to all the cultures kind of place, where they see a little bit of everything. I think that's really important. So I would just leave them in a public washroom and hope for the best, just stay there. Yeah. It's been an angry week. I've been having weird anger issues. I don't know where it's coming from. It's just maybe I don't know if I'm just absorbing it from the environment or something. But I'm trying to be good about it. I'm not trying to take it out on anyone, like all my friends or whatever. So I'm doing this cool, what I feel is like a woman's skill. I'm just pushing it down, I'm just shoving it away, as soon as I feel like a little inkling of anger coming up at someone, I'm just like, nope, Karen, pull yourself together. It's just, we're fine. It's a skill. But I feel like, you can only push anger down so much, right? Because I feel like now I'm walking around like I'm this bucket of rage. I just slightly bump into something and it spills out, just my bangs will fall into my face. I'm like, fuck! It's just intense. But, so that's been my week.
Holy shit.
It's probably something to do with my British roots, my grandmother, she's like, just stiff upper lip. And I'm like, I'm more stiff uppercut. I just, How are you, Jay?
I can't complain. But I do understand the feeling of pushing emotions down. That's a man thing, too. But
yeah.
I imagine you have some built up after that long of time.
Apparently.
Have you been saving the Diva cups at least? So you can use them? Oh, wow, that was interesting. Thank you.
I'll just keep the liquor in there. Just.
Do you salt the rim?
Ooh.
This is getting gross.
I mean, that would make it more enjoyable, but like.
Put a celery stick in.
Now you're getting somewhere.
This could be something.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
So we'll try to palate cleanse you from that. I'm going to bring up my first comic for the night. Contrary to his name, he doesn't dance or sing very well. Please give it up for James Brown.
Woo!
All right. Yes, the black man goes first. These are the times we're living in. The black man goes first. Good to be here at the Havana Theater. So yeah, it's been quite the year. What a time to be alive. It's a leap year. I didn't know it was a leap to hell. Leap to hell, that's for sure. I got my little notes right here going on. First of all, Black Lives Matter. They've always mattered. I'm just going to get it out of the way here. I'm going to invite you to my black experience, share a couple things that I've been through. Nothing too deep. I remember when I was younger, I got pulled over for being black on a Friday night. That's right, black on a Friday night. This is what happened. Okay, so cop pulls me over. He's like, "Excuse me, sir, I need to see your license and registration." I was like, "What did I do, officer?" He's like, "Well, we had a report of a break and enter around here. You fit the description." I was like, "Break and enter, license." I'm sitting at a bus stop. I'm 12 years old. Yeah, so that happened. Being black, I grew up, I went to the Boys and Girls Club. That's right. Except my Boys and Girls Club was spelled with the Z. Yeah, the Boys and Girls Club. Yeah. I remember swimming with white kids growing up. We used to swimming class, right? And then the white kids would come out of the pool and they like slick their hair back, do all this fucking cool shit. Me, I got the whole fucking Eddie Murphy fucking first 48 hours or whatever Beverly Hills Cop thing going on. Not a damn thing. No water coming out my head. You know, nothing at all. I got Mel Gibson friends. I look like Danny Glover, you know? Yeah, so that's sort of some of my black experiences. The whole thing with Aunt Jemima, we heard about it, Aunt Jemima. Now check this out. I got a true story here about the Aunt Jemima product. So when I was growing up, I just moved from Seattle, Washington. I came back up to Vancouver, and I only trusted foods with the black person on the cover. This is a true story. Like, I wake up early in the morning, you know, young, wipe my eyes, and I gravitated towards the cream of wheat man. He looked like my father, so I trusted him. I gravitated towards him. That's the only thing I would eat, right? Aunt Jemima looked like my grandmother, so I would gravitate. I eat Aunt Jemima. Anything with Aunt Jemima looked like my grandmother. Uncle Ben looked like my Uncle Ben, so I trusted him. I trusted him. I trusted those products. Okay? Captain Crunch, they used to have Captain Crunch. He looked like the landlord. I didn't trust him. Years later, I was getting groceries at the grocery store. I see Captain Crunch. I'm like, Jesus, the rent's due. Fucking rent. Every time I see that guy, rent. You know? That's a couple of my experiences, you know? Quarantine has been something else. I gotta share another true story. That's right, true story with the quarantine. So I was separated from my girl. We were separated. I had to move back in with her. But what I did before I moved back there, I swear to God, I got some generic Viagra. Not the Viagra you pay for, but I got the generic stuff, half the price. So I got all these fucking Viagra pills, and then I went to get a fucking box of Trojan condoms. I'm like, yeah, I'm moving back in. Let's fucking do this, right? No, nothing happened. We're fucking fighting all the time. You know what ended up happening? I'm fucking masturbating all the time, right? Master. I'm no longer the master. I'm the excellence of execution with the shit. Yeah. Thank you very much. I haven't wrote too much about the quarantine, but I had to get out of my mind. I don't stay home lots because we're fighting lots. I go on a lot of hikes. That's what I've been doing. So much hikes. I've been doing every grind you can think of. There's the Abbey grind, there's the grouse grind, and there's the Dooney grind. So I've done all the grinds. The next grind I need is the job grind, the 9 to 5. I ain't working. You know, I haven't worked in goddamn 2 years. So I'm looking for the new grind, the money grind, you know? I stay in shape doing these hikes, though. I've hiked with these 23-year-olds, right? 23-year-old millennials and stuff. And I noticed there's a generation gap between us. Generation gap. Like, they don't know who Kevin Bacon is, right? They think that Kevin Bacon is some fucking neat fucking meat-free product, Whole Foods, you know? Like, oh, let me try that Kevin Bacon, you know? They don't know what Lauren Hill is. They think Lauren Hill is some trendy hike up in West Van. Oh, let's try that Lauren Hill. Yeah, I want to do that Lauren Hill. Yeah, it's not a hike. And they think that Windows 95, they're like, oh, Windows 95, that's like Gen X's Coachella, right? Yeah, Windows 95, that must have been an awesome party. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is, I'm old. What else is going on? Yeah, the hikes, we've been doing the hikes. What else? Yeah, about myself, I got strong likes and dislikes, right? So I like my friends the same way I like my fruit, my bananas. Ripe? No, I like them mostly black. I like my women the same way I like my tofu. White and extra firm? No, no, no. Ready in less than 10 minutes. I also like my women the same way I like my coffee. Hot and black? No. From Colombia, goes down smooth. Yeah, you know, there's strong likes and dislikes, right? Comedy Stitch, whatever am I talking about? Okay, anyways. Yeah, so along with the hike and all that stuff, I'm like turning into a fucking hippie. Like I'm turning into a fucking like an inner hippie, you know what I mean? I'm starting to get into fucking crystals now. I'm attracted to crystals. Back in days, it was mostly Sabrina's and Stephanie's, but now I like crystals, you know? And between the crystals, the meditation, the yoga, I'm truly at one with Kitsilano. Yeah, that's right. My chakras are aligned into the direction of Whole Foods. Yeah. And I'm reading a lot of New Age stuff, a lot of New Age books. Life Path, this one I was reading about your life path and stuff. So my life path is the experiencer. Yeah, that's what it said. It said, you'll experience no financial gain. Yeah, lucky me, huh? Yeah. All right, what else is going on? Yeah, I think I'm not going to go too long because I've been getting lazy. I haven't been writing a lot of jokes. It's been good for me. It's been good for me doing, you know, downtime. I'm an introvert, actually. I'm an introvert. My personality, INFP, some bullshit like that. I'm an introvert. Yeah, so I like peace and quiet. Silence. And silent sex is my style. Yeah. Silent sex is my style. Oh, you like that, Daddy? You like that? Shh. I'm trying to think of somebody else. Silent sex, right? I'm thinking about somebody else. Okay, I'm James Brown. I'm constantly thinking about somebody else.
Thank you, James. Yeah, they're usually pretty silent. You like them silent when they're having sex because they're usually passed out, I heard, James. I'm just kidding. I'll tell you a little story here before I bring up the next comic. I recently signed up for the gym. I know it's very important. I got to do that. But you know, I'm in a little bit of a crossroads because I have a lot of material that has to do with self-deprecating at this size. So if I lose that weight, you know, I got to come up with some new stuff. So let me use this old stuff I have just while I can. You know, the problem with losing weight, like anybody my size, you ever watch The Biggest Loser? Like, you see the finals of those, like they come out, it's just all this skin. And like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you ever seen candle wax melting into water? Kind of looks like that, you know what I mean? There's a vision for you. I have a couple other examples, be prepared. I would finally know what a labia looks like. I would finally know what's... I do know what they look like, I swear. I would know what foreskin feels like. That'd be one thing, you know, you could do that. But, you know, I looked into it, and the cost to get that surgery, like, it's just, like, to get that surgery is $10,000. I'm a Vancouver comedian doing online comedy. I don't have $10,000 to spare on that. And right now, my mentality is if I had 10 grand, I would spend it on 833.33 burritos. I looked up how much that would get me too. Of course, right? But so it's got me thinking, what are the benefits of me losing the weight but keeping the skin? There's got to be some benefits I could have with that, right? Like, for once, like, I guess I could save a lot on gas and time because I live up near Burnaby Mountain, and if I got a good running start, I could flying squirrel my way around the city, right to the show, you know. I would be able to turn every boat into a sailboat. Like that'd be something cool. Could use my skin mixed with wind power. Yes, Greta, I'm doing what I can. Stop yelling at me. So there's a little bit of green energy I could use there. And if the boat capsizes, instead of, like I could pretend I'm a stingray in the water, swinging them up. But most people just pretend they're a shark, in the water. That's amateur shit. Can you pretend to be a stingray? Plus, I don't know the name of anyone that's been killed by a shark, but I do know one amazing man, a crocodile hunter that was killed by a stingray. And that hurts me a lot. But anyway, enough about my flabby skin. Let's get to the next comic. Same as Richie Bell.
Enough about my flabby skin. I've been brought up to worse. I have been brought up to better, for sure. How's the internet doing? This is fucking nonsense. It's just like, it doesn't give us an excuse now the next time we have like an actual show and it's a no-show. Like, what are we gonna say? No, I don't perform for zero audience? It's uncomfortable. How's quarantine treating all you comics? Yeah, it's fucking weird, right? We end up having to do these shows just so we can convince ourselves we're still comedians. I try to get into music. You guys try to do that? Try to get into some music? I did. I tried to learn, holy fuck, that mic kicks when you get close to it. Try to start playing piano, James. I started playing, this is really gonna whitewash me. Started playing Wonderwall by Oasis. But the problem is I wake up, I work in film, so I wake up way earlier than my roommates are ready to hear sound. So about 3 days in, they were all like, hey, Richie, you gotta stop playing Wonderwall. I said, maybe. That's a banger of a joke. Airplane mode's not as cool as it sounds. Was that really obstructing them? Oh yeah, but they don't need to see my face. My face isn't gonna sell the jokes. If they don't land, let the microphone take some of the heat. Who have you guys become during quarantine? That's my question. Who have you become? Sahib, who have you become? You guys haven't met Sahib yet. Breaking the fourth wall. You guys sitting by your computers eating all your snacks. Yeah, you with the Cheetos. Taking the heat for everyone else eating peanut butter toast. Sahib, who'd you become? Started to write more, the fucking liar. The liar. You know what I did? I started playing a lot of Animal Crossing. Get real heated over the price of turnips. You know, Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar eating fan. Trying to do specific call. Crowd work's hard. Crowd work is difficult now. There is something to be said about crowd work, and right now, I'm not getting anything from them. You know who I became? I became the guy whose targeted ads on Instagram are Shark Tank items. Because I get too excited. I want to see if they've got the deal before their segment's over. I watch a lot of Shark Tank now. Because I'm addicted to wanting good things for people. Yeah, kindness doesn't normally make a good joke. That was just going to be kindness. But it's weird. You know, fucking being in quarantine all alone. You find little troubles throughout the day that you didn't normally. I've become a dishwasher Nazi. I can call myself that because I am what I am. There's no joke behind that. That's just in case my roommates are watching. I'm pretty pissed how you load the dishwasher. Who the fuck puts bowls at the bottom? How's the water supposed to get up to the cups, you stupid fucks? I'm really upset that that's my most popular joke so far. And none of them are gonna watch this. You know how awkward that's gonna be later on tomorrow when I try to show them the rerun of this and be like, hey guys, yeah, I had a really banging joke, and they're gonna tune out after that Wonderwall nonsense. It's been hard in quarantine. You ever try to, you drink on days you didn't normally drink? You know? Tuesday afternoon, normally you're at work. James? Normally you're there, you're at work. You can't be fucking ripping double tequilas at 2:30 and expect to get the paperwork to Peterson by 3. I don't know what you do. Guy eating Timbits does, though, don't you? See? Nothing from these fucks. I've become the guy who I drink too much, a little bit too much, and then I gotta fucking deal with the fucking early morning piss the next day, and I'm not ready for it every single day. You guys have that? James, Sahib, Jay? I mean, you do, right? You party, you fuck, for sure. You know what a labia is now. You fuck so much now. If I can wake up at 6 o'clock on a Wednesday on a quarantine, you got nothing to do for the next 90 days, and your body's telling you to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning on a fucking Wednesday to take a piss. You could take that at any point in time. 6 o'clock in your goddamn morning. That's when it wants to do it. And of course, you're a lad and you had a couple drinks, not too much. You're reasonable. You got to fucking stay frosty for those fucking Animal Crossing presents that fly around. Not missing out on one of those, getting some sweet furniture, or they called it in Habbo Hotel Fernie. Not missing that. So you try to go back to sleep. You try to, get at least another hour. 7 o'clock's reasonable. 7 o'clock's reasonable. But of course, because you're a lad, you got to your dick's harder than a math test, so falling asleep's pretty hard because you're getting all these horny thoughts about fucking cleaning out the dishwasher. So what do? You got roommates. It's Vancouver. You got roommates. So you fucking put on your nicest pair of sweatpants, your dress sweatpants. Fucking put them up, and it's early enough in the morning. They're not going to be up, so you just you don't tuck it up or anything. That'd be weird. That'd be oddly sexual and decadent in the morning. So you just let your meat arrow and your pillow pants point you right to the right direction. Then you get to the toilet, you think all your problems are going to be solved, but they're not. Now you got to deal with math, because with your hogs pointing straight forward, you got to realize how far you push your booty back or how far you bend that thing down to get it in the water. Because Nina, we have all made the mistake of hitting it with too much gusto, bouncing it off the backboard, getting on the floor and your dress sweatpants. That's not worth it. You might have to resell those sweatpants. You don't want piss stains. You don't want to lie to a consumer. I had a friend tell me, just lay over your toilet like it's a table. Fucking girthquake in his pants. Jesus Christ, if I did that, my dick would just be pointing straight forward. I'd be pissing the bottom of my own chin. Which is arguably worse than getting on my dress sweatpants. So what do we do, boys? What do we do? Sahib, what do you do when you piss with a boner early in the morning, as I've just been talking about for 4 minutes? You sit down. You sit down, you fuck. You fucks. Who here are you standing up like, oh yeah, you guys are such men, you guys piss in the woods standing up so no one comes and steals your crops? Fuck you, you piss. Not only do you piss, you jam your dick underneath the seat where it's underneath the lip of the bowl. Yeah, it's gross. But it's your gross. It's your gross, and it's fine. And hopefully you brought your phone because you're in for a bumpy ride because you might have a surprise poop. Those happen. You're down there anyway. Might as well 2 for 1 that deal. It won't be a big one. Never is. But it might be a little squirt out. You never know. A little whoops. Might have that. Look on your phones. Look at your Instagram and stuff like that. Making a little whoops. Peeing as free as a bird. But you forget one thing, James. You forgot about your old pal math again. Because while you're all distracted on your phone looking at recipes, I don't know why recipes got me, but it did, and that's now in the joke forever. Looking at your recipes, looking at how to make a nice butter chicken. I didn't want to look at you, Sahib, and say that because then that's racism, and I don't know if you know, there are protests going on against that. You're looking for your vegan butter chicken, looking to make sure that all your cauliflower gets steeped enough so it can absorb the richness of the butter chicken flavor. and you're pissing so comfortably, what happens? That there's not enough room between the tip of your dick and the porcelain to hold that powerful of a stream coming from the tip of your wiener. Comedian should never laugh at wiener, but look at me. And what's it start doing, James? It starts bubbling over the fucking top of the bowl, right down the front onto your goddamn dress sweatpants. You've been trying to protect this whole goddamn time. So that's who I've become. My name is Richie Bell. Thank you.
Richie! Woo! Give it up for Richie. That was awesome. That was our first sit-down comic. I thought I'd be the first. But no, I'm not a fan of stand-up, so I'm usually sitting down. Whoa! That's top A material right there. Before I bring on this next comic, I want to tell you another little thing about before I lose all this weight. I can't tell these jokes for long, people. I'm on a tear at the gym. Something about, okay, so I have a suggestion for Google Maps, actually. So I sold my car a year ago, and I moved here from Toronto. And I'm new to the city. I don't know anybody, so at first I was just Google Maps in transit. That's how you got around. You just Google Map everything. But with Google Maps, there's always a walking distance. Now, that walking distance, this is straight bullshit, because it's the same amount of walking distance for across all weight classes. That I don't agree with. Look, Google should have an option where you enter your weight. So you put anything over 250 pounds, you know, you're no longer that sideways walking happy dude with a 5 beside him. Now you're just this. You no longer have that 5, now it's just a question mark. And you can click on the question mark too, you know, but now it just takes you to a Good Life sign-up page. Anyway, I'll tell you more fat jokes later. I'm going to bring up my next comic. Super hilarious dude. I've heard him so many times. Had him on the Comedy Snacks before. And but now we have him in person instead of through Zoom. So give it up for Sahib Singh Rana.
Chuck the condom on. Yes, thank you. This is fantastic. The one thing that bothered me was the sign says 8:30. We started at 8 o'clock. It's all right. It's all right. I'm not one to judge. You know what the funny thing is? If Jay actually gains weight, he's pretty confident he's going to lose weight. Could you imagine if he gained double weight? No? Okay, and he's even big. No, there'd probably be some health problems with that. It's been a pretty fucking interesting year, man. It's been shit. White people are finally getting arrested. It only took a fucking protest breaking into Foot Locker and stealing Air Jordans to get some shit done. No? Okay. Oh, man. But look, I don't hate white people. You know, I'm just mad at white people. I'm jealous of white people because you got away with so much shit for so long. And firstly, you're not white people. You have such a cool name. You're Caucasian. You know, we don't have cool names. We're just black, white, yellow, and everything in between. And what you see it on like cop shows, you know, when there's like when someone gets arrested, the police officer goes, "Hey, man, who was the perpetrator, bro?" I don't know. That's the thing that white people speak as cops. And then they go, and she go, "Oh my gosh, he was 5'5" white dude." And he goes into his buzz, like, "Oh, we got a Caucasian." I'm like, "Oh, but then it's like if I'm getting arrested, it's like, "Oh, we got a curry muncher on the run. We're just gonna go fucking smell him and we'll find him." No, okay, fair enough. Thanks, guys. I'm killing it. But, you know, white people can't tell us apart, you know, whether we're like Arab, Indian, Pakistani, Sri Lankan, Chinese. We all look the fucking same, apparently. But you can tell the difference between dogs instantly, like a golden retriever and a Labrador. I have no idea, but white people, oh, man, if you just look directly at his eye on the left-hand side, you can see that they're both different dogs. I'm like, how the fuck do you do this? But me and fucking, well, he's gone now. Me and James, the same person. He's like, this guy is so shit, I gotta leave. Great stuff. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Oh, I forgot the rest of the joke. I wrote it today. It's all right, it's all right. I'll come back. It'll come back. Jesus, it was a full-on great bit, but it's all right. We'll do some old stuff. So a bit about me. I know you're like, where is this guy from? He sounds so exotic and he's brown. I was actually born in London, not London, Ontario, because that's a shithole. I was born in West London to African Indian parents. And then I moved to Africa when I was 6 months old and moved back to the UK to move to Australia. So I'm pretty fucking confused on what I am. I'm not upbringing, my accent's really fucked up. It's not too English, it's not too Australian. It's a bit of a hybrid. No, okay, it's fine. Do you see all the comments or the shit that comes up? No? Everyone's just... No? Alright, cool. They're just like this. Thanks, guys. All for the gram. But anyway, so so as I said, my accent's really fucked up, right? So whenever I'm in England, they call me Australian, and whenever I'm in Australia, they tell me to fuck off back to my own country, you curry muncher. And it's always like white people as well, like white trash people. If like Richie Bell was Australian, that's who they would be. They'd be like, fuck off, mate. I'm like, there were people here before you. It's like, nah, there wasn't. We killed them all. It's like they were still here. The worst thing about Australia is like, how every country has like an Independence Day or whatever. So like it's Canada Day when you guys became a country. Like, yeah, fuck yeah, Canada, bro. Yeah, man. And then America has the 4th of July where, they got independence from the British. Australia's got Australia Day when the first white people came to Australia. Just to remind the Aboriginals, look, we fucked you over and we're going to celebrate every single year that we fucked you over. I think that's pretty dark. White guilt right there. Oh, love it, love it, love it. What else have I got? Tipping. I find this bizarre. It's more of a statement or ranting. Why do we tip? I don't understand this. Like, no one pays me. No one's going to tip me after this. This is my job. No one's going to go, oh, man, fucking fantastic work, bro. Here's 10%. No, but why do you have to tip? I didn't choose. You chose your profession, right? No, I'm just going to stop. I'm going to get fucking murdered. Oh, all right. Anyways, I've been in Canada for a while now, right? But you guys are really nice people. But I wanted to find out when you guys started becoming nice. Was it before or after residential schools? It's all right, I'm Indian, I can say that joke. Do you get it? Because, you're fucking racist. Oh, jeez. Oh, this is It's very weird when you get, like, no reaction. You're just, like, looking into a camera. You're like... It's just a bunch of white people at the end of it anyway, you know what I mean? So it's fine. Oh, man. Oh, good times, good times. Anyways, the first strip club I went to in Canada was very interesting, right? So it's like, it was in Victoria, it's called The Fox. Shut down, actually, sad face. And the guy goes to me, he's like, hey, man, just don't throw coins at the ladies. I'm like, who the fuck is just pinging 25-cent pieces at these women? Like, I've lived in Africa, even over there, like, no coins. Just stones. And I'm like, I'll take 2 buckets of stones, thank you. It's not my fault they didn't develop a fucking currency. It's all right, I'm African, I can say this shit. So in 2017, I went to live my dream of becoming a cricket player, moved back to the UK. It obviously went fantastically well because I'm doing a comedy show in a theatre that's empty, that's being recorded and watched online. So hopefully I get signed up soon. And then before that trip, I actually went to the US, and it was actually during Trump's inauguration. I was actually there. I got tear gassed. It was fucking great. Laid, saw white people burn the American flag. It was fucking crazy. And then the next day, as a feminist, she's like, fuck, you do not look like a feminist. I went to the Women's March, right? And then there was this feminazi, I think you call them, and she was hurling abuse at everyone. And then she goes to me, you don't know how it feels to be discriminated. I'm like, bitch, please, look at me. I'm clearly Australian. Thank you for the fake laughs. Love it. All I know how to do is snowboard and spread STDs. But I don't even know how to snowboard. To shed that chlamydia all over every mountain in Canada. Oh, good times. I think that's it. You know what, guys? You didn't comment. It's fine. Goodbye. It's been fun. Catch you on the flip side. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you, good sir.
Yes. feel lots of guilt. Don't worry. Even our camera feels fucking... Even our camera is full of guilt right now. It's just been yelling at our camera. Making them feel bad. Good job, Sahib. I love that. Super funny. Excellent. Before I bring up our next comic, I have another bit of overweight joke to tell before it's too late. Or so he thinks. He thinks I'm gonna double in size. I've just been taking protein the whole time, not working out. So something that I'm looking forward to is being able to buy umbrellas that are the size that you guys can use. Umbrellas that at least you guys can put in your bags and backpacks. Because I could buy one of those, but it is not keeping my body dry. I can keep my head dry, that's about it. But this here, just getting soaked everywhere I go. So the umbrellas I have to buy, they're pretty huge. They wouldn't fit in a backpack or your purse. They barely fit in a Kia, I found out. I've been buying them from the patio store. Started booking shows just at places with a patio and that, so that while I'm doing my set, my umbrella can double to keep a family of 4 dry, or at least in the shade. All right, yeah, woo! Self-deprecating jokes. I'll have some skinny jokes for you in about 6 months, hopefully. Something to maybe middleweight jokes. I better lose this weight. This is why I'm doing this. I'm holding myself accountable, okay? I don't want to Patrice, Farley, Ralphie May my way out of comedy. I want to make it through, guys. It's better than anything I heard Ralphie May say. Anyway, I felt bad after that. He's not here to defend himself. Anyway, before I ruin anything anymore, I'm going to bring up our headliner of the night. Please give it up. I haven't actually heard her before, but I'm very excited because she comes well requested on demand. Let's give it up for Amber Harper Young.
Hey! I just quit smoking. I like to show it off the top. I've got a lot of breath. The worst thing about quitting smoking is living. Yeah, it gets a lot harder. Once you quit, I'm just joking, or I'm lying, actually. I just started smoking again. So this Sunday, though, I have to be honest. This Sunday, a guy on the street, he asked me if I had a cigarette I could spare. So I was like, fuck you, Dad. I thought you went out for them. It was just Father's Day. I thought I'd tell that joke. Hey! Okay, cool. You guys have partners? 5 comics? Cool. Okay, a couple people. Cool. I am in a mahogany or whatever, and with my partner, we do a live-in situation. But I was thinking about the first boyfriend I ever had, and he was a couple years older than me, and I'd never even kissed a guy, right? And he asked me if I had ever had a boyfriend. And so I lied. I never, I lied and said yeah. But I didn't anticipate, he would have follow-up questions. I didn't know, he would ask, well, what happened? And I was like, he's in jail. I just panicked. Once I was seeing this guy, and I didn't know whether we should break up or not, so I put together a pros and cons list. The cons were he was a drug dealer, and he snored like a horse drowning in oatmeal. The pros were his sister was cool, and he was a drug dealer. So, hey... so I have a boyfriend now. He's an Israeli fellow. We try to celebrate the Shabbat because I like to learn about his culture or whatever. So on the weekend we light the 2 candles. One night we just lit one, forgot the other. It doesn't really matter because we don't really believe in God. We're amethysts, so it's all good. He and I, we've been living together about 7 years. It's been going great. And we recently just met the rest of my family. Like, so he met a couple sisters that he'd never, and my one sister and her whole family and I are around the dinner table. And he always says to me, because like English is a second language, so he always says to me, you know, if I say something wrong, correct me. And I never want to because like it's so cute. Like I love when it's like just so adorable. So, but also I failed English, so. But we're sitting around the dinner table, and we were planning a trip to Mexico, and he was just trying to reassure my family that everything was going to be okay. And so he said, don't worry, it's not like we're going to snuggle any drugs. Cuddle drugs? I was like, oh my God, my heart exploded. Not really a joke, just something that happened. We did go for a trip before that to before Mexico, just to like get like the the synergy going, and we went to the Okanagan, and we drank a lot of wine the night before we went on this big hike. So I was like worried because I was afraid I might dehydrate. So I drank this like liter of water, right? Like just chugged it back. And we went on the hike. We got all the way to the end. We turned around, start coming back the other way, and I had to pee like really bad. And I'm not like a country like dirty hippie type like him. Like I'm like more like a city type person who likes a toilet seat and like toilet paper. But anyway, so we get in this stupid argument, right? And he's like, why don't you just go in the woods? Like who cares? And I'm like, I can't. Like I don't have the feminine height. Like we're not the same as guys. We can't just shake it off, right? So like he's like, just get the emergency like tampon in your purse. And I'm like, I didn't bring an emergency tampon. Just get away from me. And like, so he just starts walking up further on the trail because I'm like mad at him that he's not an outhouse. So he's like walking, and he's like, look, he's like coming to this curve, right? And so like I look both ways to make sure no one's coming because I'm like, I got to do this shit, I guess. And then so I'm like, okay, I can do this. And I take my yoga pants like down to my knees, right? And I like lift my like waistband up, like, ugh! And like right after that like noise, I'm like, ugh! I like let the pee out, and you know when you make the noise because you're like, ugh! You know, so I'm like, ugh! Ugh! And then a freaking crow flies by, and the trees shake. The crow's like, ah! And the raccoon comes and sees my cooch and is like, ah! You know? And then I'm pissing hard. Like, I can't stop peeing. Like, a liter is fully coming out of there, right? I'm digging a hole in the ground. And I got this circumference, right? Because, like, women can't, you know, like, we pee on our pants sometimes when we're drunk by accident, or our feet, right? Like, so I brought this, like, all the way down for, like, the circumference, because your piss, if you're a woman, is, like, just doing its own thing. It's, like, fanning out. It's, like, oscillating, right? It's like an unattended garden hose, like, wah, 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 wah. So it's just doing its own thing. And I was peeing for, like, what felt like an hour. And I, like, all of a sudden, I see him like going around the bend, like just see the edge of him, and I see a mountain biker come around him towards me, and I'm like, fuck, because I can't stop pissing. I'm like, oh no! I'm peeing in front of my pants. I'm peeing in my pants. I'm peeing behind my pants. I'm getting my pants up, right? Like just in time for the biker to come by, and I'm still pissing. I'm like, ooh. Hey. So the biker passes, and then I just start shuffling up the trail in my skin-tight piss pants. And I start bawling my eyes out because I guess there's more water to come out somewhere else now. And then I see him coming back around the bend, but backwards, super gently like this. He faces me. He's not saying anything. And then around him comes a bear, passes me, and it goes to smell the piss spot. I know, I run over to him, I piss on him, I don't know, like, I'm still peeing. We get around the corner, and then there's an outhouse, obviously, and I say to him, I piss my pants, and he's like, I shit mine. I feel really bad because I involve him in my comedy a lot, like, but, you know, like, I meant to wear this necklace that he gave me. It's like, I usually wear it every set for comedy. It's my Birthstone Atheist. I forgot, I couldn't find it. So that sucks. I really appreciate the set. I hope somebody's watching. Have a good night. Take your condoms.
Woo!
You
All
too
right.
can have Mike socks for
That was
$5.99.
awesome. You guys want to hear one more fat joke?
Absolutely.
All right, yeah. Here we go. I wouldn't have to tell this if I wasn't gonna get skinny in 6 months, like I've been saying all night.
It's gonna happen.
Okay, look, yes, losing the weight and everything is great. It's gonna be awesome. That should be a huge reason why. But the main factor of why I signed up for the gym, I want to be able to see my dick again. Like, like there's something that happens when you get fat. Every body part on you grows and gets fat, except your dick. Like, I'm telling you, Nina, it's true.
I'm learning so much tonight.
Like, instead of growing with the rest of your fat, it just gets sucked into this area in here. It's like don't be fooled by the helmet there hiding in the bush, you know.
It's like finding Excalibur.
It really is. It really is. But it's like an iceberg now because like 90% of it is now under. But it's like so, it's so much in me. It just feels like I'm fucking myself all the time. So that's the sex I'm getting. Guys, remember when Amber said like her pee was like an oscillating fan? That's really gross. And remember that? That was gross. Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's it.
It's also true.
That was an image I will not get out of my head, though. Thank you.
Now we both learned about our tethers.
I figured if I had to listen to that, I'd tell you something about it.
Can I just say, I feel like the real pandemic is upon us, and nobody's saying anything about it. TikTok.
Oh fuck!
Like,
I
what
try
is
not to bring it up.
what is happening here? This little dance, or it's like a music video making social media thing, and it's interesting because like. I tried it. I can't do it. It's way too technical. Like, but the beauty filters are like insane. Like I turn them on, like it's like Brita for your face. like the wall behind me looked fuckable. Like it was incredible. But yeah, way too popular.
If the wall has a hole in it, it's fuckable.
I am 6 more months. Okay.
6 more months, guys.
Okay.
That's it for me. How about you? You got
That's it for
anything
me.
else to add?
I'm full. Full
Remember,
of snacks.
Next week, don't worry about the sign. I knew someone was going to point it out. We just started this week, starting at 8 o'clock till 9. We will fix that because some people need it changed.
Yeah, man.
Even though I messaged him 12 times, it's 8 o'clock. He still shows up late.
But if you did enjoy tonight's comics, because they're all brilliant, please donate to them. 100% of proceeds from this show goes towards our performers. So Tanner might flash a beautiful screen on the screen in your face.
Yeah.
My mind is going.
Twitch.tv/Vancouver Comedy. There's a pledge button underneath. You can donate.
Yeah. Throw rocks, coins.
Throw stones.
Throw something.
Don't make it rain, make it hail. All right, guys. That's it from me.
Yep. Good night.
Good night. Thanks, guys.